Today we are at the BFI Luminous Fundraising Gala, which is being held at the Roundhouse.
The BFI is a great institution. The archives are very important to preserve, and it's important to nurture young new talent because this country is full of talent, but the pathway through to working can be difficult, so any help we can give them, the better. Yeah, the capital's hugely important. I mean, it's a small country, this. It's not as if there are thousands and thousands of miles between cities. But, you know, there is a bit of a focus here in London, but also in other parts of the country. But yeah, I mean, London's a creative hub. It's one of the most exciting creative hubs in the world. I've been lucky enough to work in New York and LA and all sorts of other places, and nowhere compares to London.
It is also the third year of the Filmmaker Awards, where 3 awards of £200,000 will be given to 3 UK emerging film creatives.
It's important because it's all about encouraging young voices to just speak out. These are not awards for films, they're awards for voices, they're awards for individuals, and they're awards for paths that we think are very, very promising. And the individuals that you're going to be hearing about having got these prizes are people we think have got really bright futures. I mean, the wonderful thing about the BFI is not only its commitment to the future, but the bedrock of the archive, which is our culture and our identity. And it's over 100 years worth of cinema history there for all of us to draw on, not only filmmakers, but film lovers. If you had told me that it was possible to make a feature film about Hamlet within Grand Theft Auto, I would have wondered if it was possible. I now know that it is, and I really look forward to people seeing that film.
Where do you think the future of film is heading?
Oh, I think inside computer games, which is the film that I made. It was made completely inside Grand Theft Auto. It's a form of filmmaking called machinima. The whole thing is shot inside the game. So yeah, maybe one day there'll be more films like that. I mean, it was a complete surprise. I couldn't believe it. It's an amazing thing to be recognised. You know, when I lost my hearing in 2016, I didn't think that I would ever get back on the horse as a filmmaker, and I feel like it's time to be that I feel I've actually got there. I've made it, and I've managed to make my first feature film, and it's at London Film Festival next week, 2 weeks' time. I feel vindicated, if you know what I mean.
What local filmmaking does, if that's what you want to call it, because London's local to London and Wolverhampton's like was a Wolverhampton and Birmingham and Manchester, is that they're very particular voices from that area, and they all have something different to say, but that is maybe universal. So it's kind of like, you know, you're telling stories that are relatable human experiences, but they're coming from a very particular angle. They're coming from a very particular place with a very particular voice. So, sure, London film has a voice. You know, it's a very rich cultural mix. You know, London, and that's very exciting. So it's all to be encouraged and enjoyed, and hopefully that there's people out there enthusiastic and ambitious enough to want to tell their stories in their voice, so that become, you know, like part of the collective UK scene, as it were. There's a great scene to, you know, we had Britpop 30 years ago, 20 years ago. We can have UK film pop as well, you know. It's just about getting out there and going, right, I can tell a story, and these cameras allow to do that. You know, it's just about storytelling and engagement and enthusiasm.